Young Alex was a gifted student in Chicago. He excelled in his studies and had a sharp mind. However, he also had a habit of taking his time for granted. He would often spend hours playing video games or chatting with friends online, telling himself he had plenty of time to study later. "I'll catch up," he'd say. "I'm a quick learner." One day, Alex's mom, a respected teacher named Ms. Emily, gave him a seemingly simple task. She handed him a small bag filled with sand and a delicate, intricately woven basket with tiny holes. "Alex," she said, "I want you to fill this basket with sand." Alex looked at the basket and the sand, confused. "But Mom, the sand will just fall through the holes. It's impossible." Miss Emily smiled gently. "That is precisely my point, Alex. Time is like this sand, and your life is like this basket. You are given a certain amount of time each day, each week, each year. Like the sand, it is constantly slipping away. You cannot hold on to it. You cannot store it up. What matters is how you use the moments you have, the grains of sand that pass through." She then showed him two different paths in their backyard. One was a well-trodden path leading to a beautiful vegetable garden filled with ripe tomatoes and fragrant herbs. The other was a winding, overgrown path filled with weeds and thorny bushes. "These paths," Miss Emily explained, "represent the choices you make with your time. The well-trodden path is the path of focused effort, of dedication to your goals, of using your time productively. It leads to beauty and fulfillment. Like this garden, the overgrown path is the path of procrastination, of distractions, of wasting your time on things that do not truly matter. It is a difficult path, filled with regrets and missed opportunities." Alex looked at the two paths, then back at the sand slipping through the holes of the basket. He understood the powerful message Miss Emily was conveying. Time was not something to be squandered or taken for granted. It was a finite resource that needed to be used wisely and intentionally. From that day on, Alex began to approach his time differently. He still enjoyed his leisure activities, but he also made sure to dedicate specific time for his studies and his other goals. He realized that even small amounts of focused effort, consistently applied, could yield significant results. He learned to prioritize, to say no to distractions, and to make the most of each precious moment. He found that the more he valued his time, the more he was able to achieve, and the more fulfilling his life became. The sand of his life, though constantly flowing, was no longer slipping through his fingers, but being used to cultivate the beautiful garden he desired.